Hello, everyone. Welcome to an all-new edition of Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Ken Dix here, as we give you the rundown of what's going on in the Pro Wrestling Show this week, as we talk about the Raw report, as Bobby Lashley continues on egging Drew McIntyre. This is Bobby Lashley's moment to become the WWE Champion at Backlash. We'll have that on the Raw report. On the SmackDown report this week, man, SmackDown. We had a championship feel as we get to the bottom of Jeff Hardy's mystery of who Jeff Hardy accused of perpetrating his DUI incident. And Women's Tag Team Championship on the line because the first ever Women's Tag Team Champion, Sasha Banks and Bayley, reclaimed their crown that they first won and lobbied to bring. And on the AEW report, man, AEW comes with a bang as the FTR have their sit-down interview with Tony Schiavone to give some insight on what their thoughts on the tag team scene in AEW. And finally, on TNT, the TNT titles online. Cody defends his championship in his first title defense against Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy Jack Perry prevail. We'll have that. And hot topics, as we talk about a whole list of hot topics as the Black Lives Matter continues to intensify as The Rock, Titus O'Neil come out and speak upon Black Lives Matter and the protests and the looting and the vandalism. We'll have that. And CM Punk calls out one particular WWE superstar who hasn't been vocal. And many people are wondering what's next with that. As the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Welcome again to the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Ken Dix here. Glad you can join us on the Pro Wrestling Show on location, as you can see. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. Pro Wrestling Show, like I said, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and just care. Like I said, we here at the Pro Wrestling Show knows that wrestling matters and you matter at home. So let's get started with the Raw Ring Report. On the Monday Night Raw Ring Report, Raw kicked off with Seth Rollins cutting a promo about how Rey Mysterio was sacrificed for the greater good. It was supposed to be Rey Mysterio's retirement party. Aleister Black and had a one-on-one match against Seth Rollins. Both men equally in match. Black with the try to do the Black Moss. Seth Rollins tried to hit that devastating curb stomp. But Aleister Black won the match by pinfall. After the match, Aleister Black and Humberto Carrillo were taken out by Rollins, Murphy, and Austin Theory. So you have to wonder what's going on with that. Seth Rollins wants more. He wants more people in his faction. He's having a little tough time with Mr. McMahon with that, man. Later in the night, Rey Mysterio did appear alongside his son, Dominic, and said he's not medically cleared to compete, but isn't sure what's going to happen. Damn, and he kept saying, I quote, damn you, in his response to Rollins. Essentially, Dominic, on the other hand, saying that he's going to get vengeance for his father and saying eye for an eye. So, you know what that means. You'll get payback some way, somehow. Also, Apollo Crews, the newly won United Champion, defended his championship and put his championship on the line against who he wanted to pick. He picked Kevin Owens. There was no contest for the United States title, as they both were jumped by Angel Garza and Andrade. So Kevin Owens getting added into this U.S. Championship title situation. Then Owens and Cruz beat Andrade and Garza in an impromptu tag team match. So, hey, look for them forward to compete for the United States Championship sometime quite up down the road. Also, the Viking Raiders went against the Street Profits. They've been going against each other in basketball, golf, and axe throwing. But this time, they went bowling. It's like some family members of mine that go bowling because that's the only athletic sport they know what to do. Well, The Viking Raiders beat the Street Profits in bowling with a score of 131 to 130. So I think they're still doing this. Anything you can do, I can do better. What's next? Dancing. Oh God, if I bring that up and it comes to fruition, then I'm like, what is going on? Do I know the WWE booking situation? But hey. Also, Billie Kay went against WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Nikki Cross one-on-one. Billie Kay won by the help of her tag team partner Peyton Royce. So Billie Kay and Peyton Royce could get a tag team title opportunity unless things ultimately change. We'll get down to the SmackDown report that something had happened. Randy Orton cut a promo on how he did half-ass his career, and he still accomplished than anyone else in that locker room, including Edge. And Backlash, he'll prove that he is the best. He's better than Edge. Now, they still consider this bill as the greatest wrestling match ever. So we're going to see Randy Orton versus Edge one-on-one at Backlash. Speaking of Backlash, next week's show will be the predicted outcome for WWE Backlash, as there won't be no Raw report, no SmackDown report, no NXT, no AEW. Be all dedicated to Backlash. And speaking of that, no NXT report this week because we're going to have, if you watch it throughout this whole day, we're having the NXT predicted outcome special for In Your House. So check that out if you can. It's circulating around. We appreciate that if you're watching that special. All right. Speaking of that, Charlotte Flair, the NXT Women's Champion, speaking of NXT, went against the Raw Women's Champion, Asuka, in a champion versus champion match. Both women were battling out a rematch from their WrestleMania 2018 match. Both women counted out when Nia Jax provided distraction, and then Jax steamrolled, knocked Asuka out, making her look, sending a message. So there you go. Speaking of that, and finally, the main event was WWE Champion Drew McIntyre went against MVP, the advocate for Bobby Lashley. He went against him by pinfall, beat him by pinfall. After the match, Bobby Lashley locked in the full Nelson lock on McIntyre, and Raw went off the air with that happening. So we don't know what had happened with that. So we're kind of going to have to see, draw conclusions there. All right, that ends the Raw ring report. Let's move over to the SmackDown report. On the SmackDown report, Elias was supposed to be out for months after the car accident situation, which Jeff Hardy blamed it on Sheamus. Sheamus came out there and said that Hardy had a slip up and they fought, which Sheamus was victorious in. So we learned too that at Backlash, Sheamus will go one-on-one with Jeff Hardy. So this rivalry continues on even farther. Speaking of that, the Money in the Bank briefcase holder Otis beat King Corbin, a former Money in the Bank winner, by disqualification after Corbin used a steel chair. But see, one thing about Otis took upon himself to, before the match, to have King Corbin's crown on and wore it to the ring with Mandy. And Mandy had egged him and said, wear it. Otis did all the moves, the caterpillar and the steamroll, and he beat King Corbin by disqualification. Speaking of that, The Miz and John Morrison, no more contenders for the Universal Championship, were messing with the Universal Champion Braun Strowman. They screwed up his protein shake. They tried to dump paint on him, but mostly Caleb Braxton got the end of that. And then they smashed the car window of Braun Strowman. Strowman found the van where they were hiding in and flipped it over with them in it. So Strowman having a strong message after Miz and Morrison had that warning, and it just didn't work out. Strowman looked more determined, more aggressive than ever. Strowman's going to take that aggression out on both Miz and Morrison at Backlash. I feel sorry for them. All right. And one-on-one, Lacey Evans settling her feud, her rivalry with Sonya Deville at last week's slip-up by pinfall. Lacey Evans got the win by the help of Mandy Rose on the screen. Sonya Deville thought she was finished with Mandy Rose, but apparently was not. But saying that she's a failure, she's not a fighter. So between these two women, there's still more momentum left between these two, between Sonya and Mandy coming up. After that was a face-to-face with Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. These two will meet next week for the Intercontinental Championship. I just don't get why they didn't save it for Backlash, which it should have been on a highlight match, the tournament final. But hey, we getting on Fox. So Daniel Bryan suggested that AJ Styles need to get himself warm himself up. Daniel Bryan put his own coach, Drew Gulak, and his mentor, Drew Gulak, against AJ Styles. Good hard-fought matchup between these two men. Drew Gulak rolled up Daniel Bryan and got the pin. I was surprised. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Does that just happen? It happened. So Drew Gulak could be in line for the Intercontinental title match if AJ Styles wins the belt and say, "Hey, AJ, I beat you one-on-one before you became champion." So, speaking of that, Shorty G teamed up with the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the New Day, and they went against Cesaro, Mojo Rawley, and Nakamura, and they won after Mojo Rawley, Cesaro, and Nakamura continue with the short jokes about Shorty G, about him being short. If you that short, you taking that abuse, you would get so fumed up, man, you would want to fight somebody. But these guys are in the 6 foot range. I think Shinsuke is 6'2", Mojo 6'3", and Cesaro 6'5", 6'4". So you would take it a little bit personal than what it seemed to be. And finally, the main event was Bayley and Sasha Banks challenging Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Speaking on this high note, Sasha Banks and Bayley were the first Women's Tag Team champions when it came back with Revival, Reincarnation, and they had a hard-fought matchup. Bayley almost cost Sasha Banks to lose. Sasha had Nikki Cross where she wanted in the bank statement. Bayley decided she wanted to take the shine away, and Bayley almost cost them the goal, but Sasha Banks still applied to Nikki, and Nikki tapped out, and Sasha and Bayley now are 2-time SmackDown Women's Tag Team champions, tied up with the former champions. So Bayley and Sasha now can appear on any show they want to because they're the Women's Tag Team champions. All right, that ends the SmackDown report. When we return, we'll have a little bit of Hot Topic to get you to speed what's going on with Hot Topic after this. Welcome back to the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Ken Dix here. Glad you could join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. And don't forget to tell a friend, call a friend, subscribe. Use the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect to join in the conversation. Pro Wrestling Show, we're just here for you. All right, let's get started with what's going on in Hot Topics. On Hot Topics this week, man, we'll have a little bit more. We watched earlier on the NXT. We had that. What's going on earlier in the week. We're going to talk about what's going on now. All right. Many of you know that The Rock many people were skeptical of The Rock not professing his love for his race, half his race. Rock is biracial. He's half Samoan, half black, due to his father. Well, The Rock took to Twitter and called out one particular man who is a current WWE Hall of Famer and the current U.S. president. He didn't say by name, but he meant Donald Trump. Take a look.
Where is our leader? Where are you? Where is our leader at this time? At This time when our country is down on its knees, begging, pleading, hurt, angry, frustrated, in pain, begging and pleading with its arms out, just wanting to be heard, begging and pleading and praying for change. Where are you? Where is our compassionate leader who's going to step up to our country, who's down on its knees and extend a hand and say, you stand up. Stand up with me. Stand up with me because I got you. I got you. I got you. I hear you. I'm listening to you. And you have my word that I'm going to do everything in my power and until my dying day, my last breath, to do everything I can to create the change that is needed to normalize equality because Black lives matter. Where are you? It's that same compassionate leader who has to come back and readdress the country, to give important context, to give an important perspective on the comments that were just made. Of course, all lives matter. Every single one. All lives matter because we, as Americans, we believe in inclusivity. We believe in acceptance. We believe in human rights. We believe in equality for all. That's what we believe in. So of course, all lives matter. But in this moment right now, this defining, pivotal, explosive moment where our country is down on its knees, the floorboards of our country are becoming unhinged. In this moment, we must say the words, Black lives matter. Where are you? Where are you? Because here's what happens when you extend a hand and you reach out to Americans who are in pain. And they stand with you. They stand with you. Here's what happens. The entire country stands and rises as well. There is military force that has been deployed on our own people. Looters, yes. Criminals, absolutely. But our protesters who are begging and pleading, our protesters who are in pain, you know, you would be surprised how people in pain would respond when you say to them, I care about you. When you say to them, I'm listening to you. You'd be surprised how people would respond, how Americans would respond. If you say to them, I care about you, I am listening to you. This is our country. You are all my people. And I take full responsibility and full accountability for something that has been hundreds of years of systemic disease. Why am I taking full accountability? Because I am your leader. I'm your leader, and I'm going to do everything I can to make this right. And I'll tell you what, you give me some trust, you give me some time, you give me some effort, you give me some love. I'm right there with you, and together we're going to make this right. Together we're going to create that change. Together, we're going to normalize equality. We're going to do it, but we're going to do it together. You'd be surprised how Americans and how human beings would respond. They would rise up with you. We would rise up with you. The world would rise up with you. I want to take a moment to thank the world. I want to take a moment right now to thank the world for standing up with us in our fight for equality, to normalize equality. I want to thank all these countries around the world. Incredible, inspiring, beautiful displays of solidarity. And I want you to know something. And I feel confident speaking on behalf of your American brothers and sisters, us, through our fire, through our smoke, through our debris, through our noise, and everything that we're going through right now, because there's a lot happening around us as we're taking our lumps. Don't think for a second that we don't see you. We see you. We see you. We thank you. We love you. Look, I am like the majority of Americans, not a politician, and I've never clearly been elected to office, and I am not the president of the United States. But I am a man and I am a father who cares so deeply about my family, about my children, and the world that they will live in. I care so deeply about our country and every single person in it. That's who I am. I am a man who is frustrated. I'm disappointed. I'm angry. But I'm also doing my best to stay focused and as calm as I could possibly be in the pocket to make the best decisions for my family and make the best decisions for our country. So as we continue to wait for that leader to emerge, I would recommend to all of you that we must become the leaders we're looking for. We become our own leaders because we're doing it now. We must become the leaders we are looking for. And I'll ask it one more time. Where are you? Where is that compassionate leader who steps up and takes accountability for his country and all of the people in our country? Where are you? Because I'll tell you what, we're here. We're all here. We are all here. We're all here. And the process to change has already begun. The process to change has already begun. You can feel it. You can feel it. You can feel it. You can feel it across our country. Change is happening. It's going to take time. We're going to get beat up. We're going to take our lumps. It's going to be blood. But the process of change has already begun. You guys stay strong. We got this.
The Rock saying, where are you? Where are our leaders? Many people may say Donald Trump is their leader. Some say he's not their leader. So some may say Obama is their leader to this day. But Donald Trump still holds the office of presidency. So some people will respect it, some won't. This is the divided states of America. Be honest with you. That's what it needs called. The divided states of America. Not the United States, but the divided states of America. It's not united. But The Rock coming that passionate plea to President Trump. Most people don't want to look to Trump to leadership, lead for compassion. And Trump's fine with that. Trump wants to speak to his base and stick to his rhetoric. And Trump is known in wrestling. If you go way back before Trump became into politics, Trump was active into the WWE with the WrestleManias and we get the historic battle being there for him and his good friend, Mr. McMahon. So Donald Trump, hey, Rock, Donald Trump, don't mesh well, but no Batista don't like him neither. All right, speaking of that, tensions run high and rampant as some of the WWE superstars over the comment that Jackson Rocker, many of you may know him from Gunner and TNA, issued his support for President Donald Trump. And many in the backstage locker room is not feeling it. So Jackson Riker is a lot of heated tensions displayed on that. Speaking of that, another current WWE superstar, Titus O'Neil, is tired of he supports the Black Lives Matter campaign, but he's tired of the looting and destroying the businesses. Well, Titus sent this impassioned plea with this.
Begging everybody with my platform and along with my WWE superstars and NFL and NBA and everyone else in Major League Baseball, like, enough is enough. You can't clean up somebody else's house if your own house is dirty. We have a great reputation of being a great city here in the Tampa with great leadership.
Right there, Tice O'Neil sent his passionate plea on why he think a lot of people are doing what they're doing for that, saying that it's outsiders that's being agitators to just make things worse than what it is. People gonna do what they want to do. So, it is what it is. And speaking of that, Adam Cole contract could be up. Could Adam Cole sign a contract with WWE, or could he go AEW be with his girlfriend Britt Baker? Only time will tell. Only time we'll see on that. So we'll see with Adam Cole with that. And finally, CM Punk calls out a WWE superstar. CM Punk, former WWE superstar, current WWE backstage announcer, made some comment that he believes AJ Styles not openly being active enough like the rest of the WWE superstars is about that, and proceeds to call Styles, like he want to say Styles is racist, but AJ Styles hasn't made a comment about it, so we can't say it at the moment. But hey, all I know is AJ Styles hangs with Xavier Woods, so you can still be a racist and still hang out with people. So I'm not saying AJ Styles might be a racist, but if he is, don't be so shocked. If racism can still exist to this day. So hey, we'll see if AJ say something or speaks out about it or what. That's his place. All right, that ends Hot Topic. Let's get to the AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite this week. All right. All right, AEW Dynamite this week was a first of a lot of matches. AEW kicked off with the Young Bucks. No, it kicked off with a tag team championship match between Hangman Page, Kenny Omega, the AEW tag team champions, against Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc. So it kicked off with that. Hangman Page and Omega defeated Sabian and Havoc. Now they focus on the best friends for Fyter Fest coming up. And the FTR was there at ringside observing the match. So, also speaking of that, Brian Cage, the Machine with Taz at his corner, went against Shawn Dean. Brian Cage looking impressive. Brian Cage, that muscle man, and he sent the message to the AEW champion. The AEW champion, John Mox, came out there, and Cass warned him, like, don't come in there. Right, yeah, he went in there saying you better be ready for him. And we'll see between the unpredictable anti-hero AEW Warren Cage. They're swimming with a shark. Never known about. Also, Chris Jericho went against Colt Cabana, coming off Chris Jericho's feud from last week against Mike Tyson. The match is going to happen. When Chris Jericho didn't take his time, speaks, beating up Colt Cabana, leaving Colt Cabana for dead. So Jericho wants Tyson. We'll see on that. Also, Nyla Rose went against Big Swole one-on-one. Nyla Rose defeated Big Swole with a powerbomb. Okay. So, also, Tony Schiavone interviewed the FTR and got insight what brought FTR to AEW. FTR saying they want to wrestle the best of the best, including the Young Bucks. The dream match that people thought would never going to happen would happen. All right. Speaking of FTR, did a podcast interview with Jim Cornette. So if you want to see that, get the video interview with Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette doesn't like the Young Buck one bit. And finally, the TNT title match was Jungle Boy versus the champion, Cody Rhodes, in his first title defense. Good display matchup. I know both their fathers are looking up in heaven, proud of their sons of what they accomplished and what they did. You would ever imagine, if you look back in the 2000s and tell me, early 2000s, say, hey, Cody Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes' son, will one day take on Luke Perry's son. I would have said, I don't believe, I would have thought Luke Perry's son would be in Hollywood, but it happened. It happened. So, hey, here's what it is. All right, everyone. And at the end, Cody won the match. So we got that situation. All right, everyone. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show for this week. I'm on location. Next week will be Predict the Outcome for WWE Backlash, the greatest wrestling match ever tagline to Randy Orton and Edge. And more matches as well, and championship matches. So thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Ken Dixon, and so long. See you next time for another edition of the Pro Wrestling Show.